Georgia. Oh, I'm gonna go on to watch. We shall see. Well, greetings, and welcome to another episode of Great American Survival. Today was a great day. Today was a lot of fun. Today we went to Blade Show 2017. Today was day 2. We didn't get to go yesterday for first day because we had to work. So we went today, hung out there all day to the end of the show. From the time it opened to the time it closed. Hung out, got to meet some really, really cool people, and it was just a great time. Hung out a good portion of the day. Hung out with Kevin from Kevin's Adventure and Malcolm from The Hidden Woodsman. Very cool. We had a lot of fun. It was a cool show. We got to meet some really, really cool people. My son's highlight, he wasn't with me, but that was who he wanted me to see, was Doug Marcaida from Forged in Fire. Met him, talked to him for a little bit, and then got pictures with him. Got some cool pictures. I've met him before, but got pictures with him today with Dave Canterbury from Dual Survival and Pathfinder School. Very cool. We also met a lot of other people. We met a whole bunch of the ladies and gentlemen from Naked and Afraid. Very cool. They had clothes on though, thankfully. And especially in the Blade Show. And also met 2 of the last 3 winners of Alone. Met Alan. I've met Alan before, but he was there. Chris Weatherman, author and also from season 1, he was there. That was very cool. And Fowler, the winner of this year, was there also. Met him. Actually hung out with him. Probably talked with him for about 5 minutes and did about the same thing, probably longer than that, with Chris Weatherman. But I've met Chris before. He's also an author. If you haven't read any of his books from the series Angry American, very good. Does the home series like Coming Home, Surviving Home, Forsaking Home. Great books about the fall of, an EMP hits the world, the United States, and how it happens and what would happen. And it's pretty realistic. I liked a lot of the stuff he talks about in the book. It's really cool. And just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed his books. And I first met him on our forums, which is ironically how he got started. Before he ever started writing, he wrote stories on there, which was very cool. But had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoy going to Blade. So if you live near Atlanta and you're off work tomorrow, being Sunday, go. You won't regret it. It's a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of cool people there, and there'll be a lot of really expensive, overpriced knives, but there's also some great deals. You can get some great knives with some great prices, and you get to see some knife makers and some of their coolest designs that they've ever had. I mean, they've got some that are just state of the art. I saw the first Otto Gerber pocket knife, and it's titanium, so it's like $700 or $800. A Gerber pocket knife. I know, that's what I was saying, but it was very cool. And also saw, which I thought was really cool. I didn't take very many pictures just because there was so much to see, and it was fun. So saw the first time I've ever seen one, a spring assist belt or chain driven auto knife. So when you flip the knife, there's instead of a spring or a pin, it's a itty bitty chain attached to the blade. So when you pull it back, it pulls the chain. When the chain goes that way, it pulls the chain. It was very cool. I forgot the name of the company, but it was amazing. It was nothing like I've ever seen before. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of cool stuff that was just, it was what you want to see at an international blade show. You got to see stuff that you were like, wow, I've never seen that. And you don't see that a lot, you know. A lot of the times you don't see a lot of people that are pressing the boundaries. Saw a almost, I think it was pound or pound and a half, like chopper folder, a folding knife with a chopper blade, like almost a cleaver. Just wow. Um, Battle Horse Knives makes one also. That wasn't who had theirs, but Battle Horse Knife has one that's like that. So if you want to see one that's really cool, they have one. But it was just impressive. And then you get to see the crazy stuff. You get to see people that are making them, making knives, and they're real expensive. And I mean, they're hundreds of dollars, or $700-800, and but they don't look outrageously better than an Uncle Henry Skinner. You know, yeah, I get it. They're handmade and they're amazing, but some of them you don't get the impression they don't look handmade. They look perfect. They look like they're just like they're machine made, like they're off the assembly line. And it was just really really cool. I see we have another one got back in. We're glad to have you on. Blade Show was a lot of fun, and we saw a lot of really cool people. Got to meet a couple of YouTubers that I've never met. Got to see David from Ultimate Survival. Got to see, like I said, we saw Malcolm from Hidden Woodsman. That was who we went. Kevin from Kevin's Adventure was there. He was there with Malcolm. We saw all the people from Alone, a bunch of people from Naked and Afraid. It was very cool. It was just really, really cool. We had a lot of fun. We are leaving in the morning for summer camp for all next week. I will have a video up on Wednesday, but it will be. So if you send me a message and I don't get to it, I know I don't. If you know me, I don't get to messages immediately. It's just I have a hard time. I'm so busy that I do try to get to them as soon as I can. But you know, it was yes. See, Dynasty Prepper just commented. Sounds like it was a great time. It was a great time. If you live anywhere within driving distance of a couple hours from Atlanta and can come to Blade tomorrow, I recommend it. It was well worth your money. You won't believe the free swag you'll get, and just the knife deals you can get are just amazing. And then you get to see some cool people. You get to see some really cool people. I won't be there, so you won't see me. So it's not all the cool people, but at least I won't be there this time. So, hey, we got Devin from Backcountry Exposure. Hey, brother, love to see you. I know Devin won't be unless Devin's in the Atlanta area, because Devin doesn't live in Georgia or anywhere near us. He lives on the West Coast. And we had a great time. The gear that was on display was so cool. I have some really cool new knives to show, and some really cool stuff to give away, and made some new friends. Got some new ideas on some new lines, on some new gear, and it was just cool. It's always a lot of fun. I also scored. Have you guys seen one of these sharpening belt drive knife sharpeners? I saw one of those. I wish we could make it, but we are in Western. Yeah, that would be kind of a haul, bud. But you guys just had PrepperCon in Salt Lake City. Did you guys get a chance to go to that? It is awesome. I have a bragging moment, though, since I can't go. Blade HQ literally. Hold on. I gotta get it to come back up. Blade HQ literally. Very cool. Blade HQ had a really cool booth. They had it where you signed the wall. We signed the wall. And it was just a lot of fun. Yes, if you have a chance to go to PrepperCon, I've debated on it. I was invited to go next year, and I would love to go. It would be a lot of fun. But Blade Show's here in Atlanta, where I live. NRA will be in Dallas next year. We will be out there for that. So if you live near Texas, we'll be out there for that. You were gonna go. Devin was gonna go to PrepperCon. That's just awesome, man. I would love to go to that. I really wish they would float it and not keep it in one place. But more and more people, because of what they sell, there's a lot of open vacancies in Salt Lake City in Utah that they don't have in other countries. Yes, I would love to go to Outdoor Retailer. I've had some friends of mine that have gone to that, and they have always had a lot of fun. And just the gear you get to see is just off the chain. I mean, just amazing to see some of the stuff you get to see. So, oh yeah, I didn't know they were going to move it. I did. That's wild. Um, but I think a lot of them, like NRA. NRA is in a different place. Um, it's in a different place every year, and it makes it where it's not just based around some of them. Some people get the bonus of being close. Like I love the fact that Blade shows here in Atlanta, but I would understand if it wasn't. You know, I mean, it's just not fair because there's so many people that can't travel, and let alone they can't take the 3 days off. But we really enjoy being able to take all 3 days and go to Blade Show. But this year we didn't get to do it. This year I leave in the morning to go to summer camp with our scout troop. So, and I had to work yesterday. So, but Kevin from Kevin's Adventure was there. Hung out with him and Malcolm, the Hidden Woodsman, and a lot of really cool YouTubers. Got to make some. I made some new friends. So I had a guy come up to me and say hi, and I'll show you. There'll be a video about that coming up soon. And he was really excited and actually knew me, and I honestly didn't think he knew me from Adam. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's the bad part about the government is they sit there and more of them are getting involved in stuff like that, where if they're not making a big cut, and I know Utah Colorado has pretty lenient laws when it comes to possession of certain properties and stuff like that. So outdoor retailer and movie. Oh, so they're moving outdoor retailer from Utah to Denver also. Okay, now that makes sense. Outdoor retailer, is a really cool show. I've watched lots of videos on it. I have a lot of friends that have gone out to it, and they've really enjoyed it. It's a really cool show. I would love to go to that. I would love to go out there and go to that, just because you get to see where grams and ounces make a world of difference. It's just so much. Says that he likes about it being in Denver. Yeah, Denver would be a great venue though. I like Denver. I lived in Colorado Springs for a while, and I enjoyed it. But Denver would be cool. I could probably swing Denver. Salt Lake City's just a little farther, but and not as well. I just don't like Salt Lake City. It's just me. Nothing against it, but I landed there so many times when I was a young kid. I would fly from California to Georgia. Says the Springs is nice too many people for me. Very true. Very populated little city. Colorado Springs, yes. I was there at the Olympic Training Center training, and it was a lot of fun. With Boulder so close to Denver, so many of the big boy outdoor brands in Boulder. Yes, it does. Yes, there are a lot of big companies out there. I was really shocked at Blade today how many people were from Ohio and Michigan and Pennsylvania. I mean, tons of retailers, knife retailers, and custom retailers were from up there. And I get it. I think it makes a lot of sense when it comes to blades, because with blades, you end up with a lot of people that have cabin time, where the weather's terrible outside, you can't really do a lot. So if you have a little shed and are able, is it a public show? Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a public access show. I mean, all you do is pay a $20 ticket to get in, and it's just in a huge arena, and it was just amazing. You can set up, like they had trading forums where you can meet up if you brought your knife collection and you wanted a particular knife and you brought in a couple of your knives and you wanted to trade them. You could trade these for money. They had retailers in the show that were just buying your knives. If you came in with like a case knife collection or a buck knife collection, you could just trade your knives just straight out, for money or for ones they liked, that they had. Just a lot of cool options. But with people that live up north, they end up with a lot of time where they can't go out. So blacksmithing is a really big thing. One, it's a warmth thing. You're standing over a heat, and you're also, where you have a lot of time. So swinging a hammer and doing something physical is a great activity, and it works out great. I know a lot of people. The first time I ever messed around with any of it was up in Bozeman. Was my friend's dad, and he was a blacksmith, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But we've enjoyed it. Blade Show was surprising. I was really shocked that there were so many people. There were so many people. It was just literally after lunch. It was elbow to elbow. Like half the venue is big box booths. Like you've got like curtains and displays, and everything's personalized, and everything's big tables and thousands of knives or hundreds of knives, or big Lexan and plastic cases, and just real elaborate displays. And then the other half of the venue is just people with little banners and plastic tables and their knives. But one thing I will say that I was really shocked with was fidget spinners. I understand it and I get it, but I could not believe how many people were there buying fidget spinners or selling them, and they were $600-700. I mean, hundreds of dollars for a fidget spinner. And I get it, what the quality they were made with. Yeah, I know John made one, but I haven't watched it. I saw the post about it today. But these are like high end. I mean, yeah, his fidget spinner video, yeah. But these are like titanium, and I mean, these people it's outrageous. They've got LEDs in them and just crazy, Yeah, I understand why they make them, but for $600-700, I mean, my wife calls it knife porn. When she looks on Instagram at knife and everyday carry things, and people are always showing, their fidget spinners and, their high-end knives. And there's a lot of knives. Don't get me wrong. There's some knives at Blade Show that are $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for a normal knife. And they've got ones that are thousands of dollars, $7,000-8,000 for a folding knife. But you're dealing with people dealing with titanium and really high-end steels and real lightweight, just high-end components. But when they're taking some components and putting them into a fidget spinner, it's just I understand the people that love them, but it seemed excessive today. There were just so many different displays of them. That and these little paracord beads, everybody had those, and that was a lot of the lockup is people would have them in display cases, and people would have to look because they're so small. They would have to go from one to the other and just look. Well, I mean, like I have Ranger beads that I made, for pace counting, and I use it more when I'm on big trails when I have my scouts. I pace count more than anything. I don't when I'm just hiking. If we know where we're going, or if it's places, 90% of the places I've hiked them before, or if they're ones I don't, I still at least have an idea where I'm going. But with Ranger beads and pace counting beads, when I'm hiking with my scouts and I remember certain aspects, like when we take breaks and I remember to reset. And I don't really do it to keep track of how far we've hiked. I do that in my head, kind of just counting, but I don't count like legitimately. I just kind of keep track of how far I've been. But when I'm doing it with our scouts, like if we take a break, for the first couple 500-600, I sit there and count just to keep track, because we always have people forget something. And they're like, oh, how far back was that? Well, if you take it, they don't usually remember, hey, I forgot something, but it was at the last stop that we did an hour and a half ago, not the one we just did 20 minutes ago. It's usually at the 20-minute break. or they notice it when you took the last break. They realize that they lost something or forgot something at the last one, you know. But it was really cool. There's a lot of people there. There were really cool knife makers that were there. Met Ken Onion, very cool. I met Ken Onion and Glenn Klecker before, but I met them both again today. Got pictures with both of them. Both just great guys, great bladesmiths. Frontier oriented people when it comes to the knife industry. They are just on the forefront. And then we had other people like my son's big thing was he wanted to meet, and he didn't get to go, so I went and made sure I met certain people that he wanted to meet. He wanted to meet the guys from Forged in Fire, the blacksmithing show, because he likes it. So we met Doug Marcaida last year when he went with me, but we didn't get to take pictures because he was really busy, and he couldn't really stop. This time when I met him, he was out walking, just out and about, and we talked to him then. I talked to him then, got pictures with him, hung out and talked with Dave Canterbury for a while. I actually got to talk with Dave Canterbury for a good 5 minutes. It was really, really cool. I like Dave. He's a great guy. Only thing I will say, when you see this picture, I am almost a full head taller than Dave Canterbury. I mean, I'm only 6 foot, but I did not realize he was so short. And I was just shocked. Have a great. No problem, buddy. Ooh, leaving for Jackson Hole. Now that's nice. Hey, Devin, stay safe, buddy. Be careful out there. You get into some pretty wide open areas out there that can be pretty treacherous, but have a safe trip, bud. And we met Canterbury. We met a bunch of different YouTubers, but we met the guys from Forged in Fire. We met a lot of the people from Alone, and we met a lot of people from Naked and Afraid, which most of them I didn't know. I didn't know any of them. Even if they had their clothes off, I wouldn't have known who they were, just because I don't see that, and I'm not taking away from it, but it was just, I never really saw, I guess I don't watch the show enough to relate it into celebrity aspects of where you're wanting to have a picture taken with somebody, especially for the people that have only done it one time, Yeah, I get it, I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't want to see all this running around naked in the woods for a while, for 7 days or whatever, 14 days or 21 days or whatever it is. You're just not going to want to see all that. So, but I just wanted to share with you guys some Blade stuff. We scored some amazing swag, which I will post pictures and everything of. They give away so much stuff. I probably walked out of there with probably 5 different hats and probably half a dozen shirts, and just really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. They're so generous, and so many nice companies out there that are just really cool, and they want to help spread the word, and they want to grow their company. So we'll try and help it. I'll wear some of their shirts in some of the videos upcoming, and we'll just have a good time. But I just wanted to share with you guys Blade. I didn't realize I had already ran over 20 minutes. I hope everybody's out there. You guys have a great night. Enjoy the weekend. Like I said, if you're within a couple hours drive of Atlanta, go to Blade Show tomorrow. It's the last day, day 3. It's Sunday, and have a great time, guys. Guys, I'm leaving for summer camp. I will see you guys next week. I will post a video on Wednesday. Please, remember, get out there, enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, be prepared, stay safe. Thank you, Dynasty Prepper. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you soon. Night, guys.